that distrust of corporations is what's going to allow you to, it's like a self-promoting thing, you know, like it's much easier to promote cooperatives to people who already freaking hate corporations, you know. Whereas with Americans, a lot of Americans love corporations, like unironically, just love corporations and love like the entire concept of investing in Wall Street companies, you know. It's totally different in my opinion. And when you look at like who's like really into cooperatives in America, you know, there is like a big like socioeconomic and like racial divide. In my opinion, you know, like only certain parts of like the Pacific Northwest, you know, the Pacific Northwest has always been big on cooperatives, relatively speaking, right? And then you have like like no people on the coast really, and then you have like some people in, you know, like the Northeast, and then now it's like becoming a thing where like some, you know, like, oh, here's like some people in like Rhode Island, like random places, you know. I'm talking about like white people, you know, but like a lot of like Latinos and Black people, because of their socioeconomic like stance, like just like, you know, like if you feel like you've been abused by the traditional you know, economic system of America, you know, you're going to be more prone to, you know, feeling like that, feeling like a little Puerto Rican or something like that, where you know you're getting like, you know, pwned by the American government or whatever, you know. And you're like, we got to do something about this, we got to like stand up for ourselves, you know, like that's essentially what it is, you know. Because I see it. I see people talking, like I brought up the power thing and the power idea because like people talk about the issue of, you know, I saw people talking about like, oh, you know, like our energy got privatized, you know, and then they're like, but now it's not better than what it was when, and people thought that it was going to be better, you know. And that was the whole thing, you know, people thought it was going to be better. And that's why, you know, that's why you would want something like that. Or like, you know, like politicians and people who privatize things, right? They always tell you, oh, it's going to be better for you. It's going to be like cheaper. It's going to be better service or whatever, you know, government inefficiency is what's causing the service to be bad or whatever, you know. But when you know, like when it's like corruption, when it's just like corruption and everybody, you know, like friends helping friends or whatever, you know, then like, yeah, it's going to be a bad service, overcharge. But really, you know, like government services that are like implemented correctly should cost more, right? Because like privatized services, you know, if we even discount the profit motive, right? Like if you're paying people correctly, and then if you're maximizing safety, right? Like let's talk about this, you know, like if you think about like the PG&E or something like that, right? Like barbecuing people, like not directly, but like indirectly, but like directly. I don't want to get like sued for slander or something like that, right? Like, but like an energy company through negligence of like planning, like barbecuing people, you know, like should they be allowed to like exist or like not be forced into bankruptcy? But then if you were knowingly like willing to let people die in the sake of profits, should your company go into regular bankruptcy where other regular investors get access to you, or should you go into like some sort of a special like people's bankruptcy? Let's think about this. What would happen if we like retooled society and bankruptcies involving like gross negligence and harm of people, to where like the first benefiters of those like, you know, bankruptcy sales would not be just like any old investor. It would be specialized like only like certain groups would be the recipients of that, you know. Okay, well, I mean, this is good, right? Like she like flashed, right? So like, all right. Yeah, I mean, I like, you know, that's that's a little good for us, I guess. For me, definitely.